Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wake and Base. I hope y'all are having a good morning. I know I am. It's a beautiful day outside. I think I'm gonna have to go spend some time out there after the stream this morning. But before I go outside, we are continuing our journey through the craziness of my mind ideas, which is let's find out the key centers of city pop music and see if we can get a generalized overview and idea, or at least for some specific artists, a little bit of a favorite key center, if nothing else. Maybe it'll show us some interesting info. Maybe it'll just kill airtime. Either way, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Plus, I received an email this week about a mystery song that sounds like a pretty interesting journey that maybe we'll start today, or at least we'll talk about it. But before we start all that, I'm gonna say goodbye to Mr. Masayoshi Takanaka and Patrice Russian. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Bloop. And we're gonna go ahead and switch on over here to the research tab real quick. There we go. And this is where we are, and this is what we have. A little bit cleaner chart for you today. So this is something that was, my microphone is directly in the way. Isn't this awesome? Let me do this for y'all. Little Alex. Okay. So what we have here is the first, I think it's 160 songs that I have looked at on this City Pop Key Center chart. And what we have over here in terms of artists are, for the most part, it's one album so far. But we have one AB's album. We have a couple Henri albums. I have a ton of Cassiopeia because that was the one where I did my homework and was trying to figure out, well, if I was going to start with one band that's very consistent. Hello, Tinchy. That's my cat. Good morning, buddy. If we were going to do something that had a lot of consistency, who would that be? Cassiopeia. They're a very consistent band. So that's what I was going through there. We've got Junko Ohashi. I'm just going off big names here. Only one Kingo Hamada. I need to do a lot more of that. A little bit of Mariah Takeuchi. Takako Mamiya's on here. A little bit of Tatsuro, Toshiki Kadamatsu. And of course, my personal favorite, Yurie Kokubu. Love her so much. So looking through this first part here, I've got two columns. The first one is what I consider the tonal center. So is that going to be more major or more minor of a center? That's maybe in some of these songs a subjective quality. However, what is not, or what I'm saying is not subjective, is the key signature. Now, I am doing my absolute best to try to figure out these key signatures and really be accurate, but it is difficult. If you guys ever go through this list, which is available on the Discord, and you're like, I don't think that's right, please go in and be like, hey, double check this one. I don't think you're right on this one. I think it's in this key. Because I've been doing that myself and trying not to second guess myself. But why do I have these two columns? This left one, there's 24 plus options. And plus you have modes, which I'm not even going into. This right one with the key signature locks us in to the circle of fifths idea. So now we're talking about this outer circle, which you can't really see the whole thing, but what that is you've got 1 flat, 2 flats, 3 flats, 4 flats, 5 flats, 6, 7, and then the same with sharps going around. So that's what this is telling us, is the number of sharps and flats, and then that's what this is right here. So what we have so far, C major and A minor are the dominant leaders in this chart. So what is C major, A minor? 0 sharps, 0 flats. Easiest way to think about that is to imagine a piano, a keyboard. Only white keys, no black keys. If you hit a white key, you're good. It's in the key signature. So that's 23% so far. Now, as we take a little look in the Cassiopeia information, we'll see why this is such a skewed number at the moment. But what else do we have that's big? A D major, B minor. And so whenever I'm saying the major and the minor, this is the major with what we call the relative minor. So it's a minor key composed of the same notes, just rearranged. And the secret is you go back 3 half steps. So if you're starting at a D, you go D flat, C, B, And there you go. Sorry, my brain, I was trying to imagine a keyboard in my head and I started on an E on accident. So you're on a D, so you go 1, D flat, 2, C, 3, B. There you go. And there's B minor. And Tinchi, again, hello, thank you for clicking my mouse. So this one is 16.8%. And what do we have with D major, B minor? 2 sharps. That's a very friendly key for not only keyboard, but also for stringed instruments. Stringed instruments really like D major, B minor. What do we have next? G, E minor, 12%. That is 1 sharp. I was about to say 1 flat. No. 1 sharp for G major or E minor. And then the last one that's super big is F, D minor. What's that? 1 flat. So if we go back over here to our circle of fifths and we look, and my head's right in the way, this is what we're dealing with here, is this zone. Very few relative to what we could possibly have all the way at the bottom. And why is this? There are many reasons, as I make myself a little bit bigger now, many reasons why you can have different variations in this due to your vocal range or, the timbre of what you're doing, all that kind of stuff. But really what I think it comes down to is the ease of playing. And if you're on a guitar doing a ridiculous key like C sharp major, doesn't really matter because your positioning is all the same. Yeah, you don't get your open strings, which kind of sucks, but you can use a capo. It's not a big deal for guitar. But when you start talking about stringed, non-fretted instruments, so violin, viola, cello, double bass, hate it. Keyboard, it gets way more complicated in certain key signatures with the black-white key relationship in your hand shapes. That gets more complicated. Wind instruments, brass, saxophone, all these kinds of things get more complicated. What if you're trying to tune drums? Tuning your drums, maybe that's too far of a frequency. All these things come into play, but really I think it has to do with the difficulty of playing or tuning your instrument for those other keys. So, kind of some interesting info here. Let me check into the old live stream chat, see what's going on, see if y'all find it as interesting as I do. I'm in a weird position here because if I sit up too tall, it cuts off my head, but then I can't read my screen. I really need to work on maximizing my setting. Hey, what's going on, Bobby? Good to see you. Good morning, homie. Layla, thank you. I'm so glad you could be here for the live stream. And I always appreciate that you guys enjoy watching this after the fact. And if it's ever taken down, just let me know. I'll put a link in the Discord or I'll put it up on Patreon or something like that. And a mystery song. Yes, we will talk about that mystery song here, too, in just 1 second. Yeah, little small Alex in the corner. Hey, what's up, Metropolitan Music Man? Prank. So good to see you. So good to see you. Ooh, morning, Elijah. Good to see you, homie. It's been a minute. And Dapper. All right, we got the whole party in. All right, well, jumping right into our mystery song, I received an email from an unknown musicologist sleuth named Ned, who was asking, longtime fan here, thank you very much, buddy. I have noticed that over the years, you've listened to a few 80s Japanese city pop albums produced by a man named Koichi Fujita, such as Quarterback by Masanori Ikeda. This is also a guy who worked with Tetsuji Hayashi. He worked with Toshiki Katamatsu. He did stuff with Omega Tribe, S.K. Otaka and Omega Tribe. So I looked him up a little bit before because I was like, why do I know that name? And this is an interesting guy who I have not looked up enough about. Anyway, there has been a lot of speculation that Fujita might have been involved in the creation of a song that people on the internet have been searching for 3 years, based on a 17-second sample that somebody posted to whatthatsong.com, which can be heard here. Gave me a link. We're going to listen to that. As someone who is familiar with the genre and the producer, does this sound like something he could have made? Or more generally, does it sound like something from that period? Someone who worked with him claimed it might have been a demo called Material Motives. Thank you for your time, Ned. All right, well, thank you very much for the question, Ed. Very interesting question, and I love this kind of stuff. And let's take a little bit of a... Let's start out the episode here, see if we can't sleuth this out, or at least see what we can find and help out this 3-year search. Help this come to a conclusion. Okay, I could have done without that intense click at the end there. I feel like I heard about this last year. Or somebody was talking about this recently. Interesting. Let's see. Okay. So this is our question in track here, and the biggest thing whenever I see something like this is always like, all right, this looks like a creepypasta that somebody just made up, to have fun and kind of troll the internet. And if this is something that was discovered, quote unquote, 3 or 4 years ago, anybody could have made this. If this is truly a sample that somebody's just made a silly video of, but the sample itself is like, no, this thing has been cataloged on the internet for over 20 years. Okay, now we're talking. Because once you go that far back and you have a sound that's like this, such a specific genre sound, it's probably from that time period. But once you get into the 2000s with all the easily available digital plugins and effects and all this kind of stuff, processing that you can do on a much smaller home studio scale, it was so much easier to replicate those kinds of sounds. So let's take one more listen, see if we can find anything out. Because this is already hitting me, it almost sounds like a fake tape filter. There's so much white noise. Yeah. I mean, if somebody clearly cares enough about this to put in all these chords and trying to figure it out, so. Okay. Well, before we dig too much into this craziness, and it looks like there's a video by some dude from 2 months ago who maybe has our answer right there. But let's just take a look real quick at this character, Koichi Fujita. Who is this guy? Oh, very nice. Now, R.I.P., he passed away in 2009. But this guy was, from what it looks like here on Discogs, was mostly a producer and writer. Let's see if he has any instrumental credits or any performance credits at all. Here we go. Okay, he was lead guitar in a 1969 band. What are you guys? This is just a single. The Love was the name of the band. Did they only have a single? Wow. But they got real nice. Oh, look how good their costumes are. The Love. Oh, they're like doing a Beatles thing, but there's 6 of them. And it's crazy. We got them all in a little thing. Oh, it's 60s. Huh. Very interesting. Okay. So, that's these cats. One release. Let's take a listen. Let's see what... We haven't listened to any music yet today. Let's see what we got. Sorry, 4x4 Casio, if you had enough Nathan East. Not that that's a possible thing. You can never have too much. Okay, a lot of slap delay. Ah, Prank. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we got a good one. Oh, yeah. What's up, Dapper? Good to see you too, homie. Prank says it's supposed to be a sample according to the email, so that might be added as part of the sampling. So, it's a good point. It's a very good point. He's talking about that tape effect that's on top of it there. Bobby. This could be a sample, but your skepticism of that being true is very much valid. Totally passive that it was composed in the city pop style, and the mystery was fabricated for publicity. Yeah, it's possible. It is very possible. But let's see. Because this guy is definitely real. We'll listen to some of his later stuff. Okay, so this has got kind of a cool, like a weird kind of Beach Boys vibe. But at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with Beach Boys. Not kind of, definitely Beach Boys. Now the mixing, maybe this is just the upload. Good gravy. It's the treble train, and it's piercing. So let's hope he didn't produce this first album here. Let's see what his second song, let's see what the B-side is. Oh, hey, so the B-side is the one that he wrote. All right, so here's the redemption one. Not that that was bad or anything, it was not great. Oh, well, look at that. Somebody cared to remaster this. But is this the same person? Probably not. The Love? Ooh. Once again. Yeah. Okay, a little Mamas and the Papas ripoff. Just a little bit. Not a ripoff, not a ripoff. But it was like that same opening. All the leaves are gone, and the skies are gray, and the skies are gray. Not the same thing, but influenced. But that intro, man, that was a rock and roll, like prog rock intro. I like this song. This is cool. Yeah, Metropolitan Music Man, my homie. 100% heard Mamas and Papas. You got that organ. And I don't know the words. Yeah. This is cool. Okay, so this is The Love, a band that, by all accounts, never got an album. Oh, yeah. Dude, that's rocking for 1969, dude. That's cool. I know, now everybody's like, you can't unhear it. It's all you hear is Mamas and the Papas. Okay, so visual. Okay, so now we start getting, as I turn this down here, just waiting to see if he surprises me with something extra crazy. This is where it starts getting into the, I didn't know you did that. Oh, that's a big deal. So he did the visual concept for Kikuchi Momoko. This was a big album for her. She was more of a pop wave or synth wave, not synth wave. Somebody help me out. Is it Kayoyokai pop? Somebody type it out. Somebody knows the name of it. Help me. Save me from myself here. Did they do a fade out, fade in? That is a interesting choice. And he produced this. Did he produce this whole song too? I wonder. That would be really cool if he mixed all of this. Huh. Okay, interesting things in this song. So as much as it has a little bit of that knockoff Mamas and Papas, vibe. I hate to say knockoff, but the intro and this mixing technique at the end of fading out and fading back in, that's an attention grabber. That's a very interesting technique, and I'm curious if he was the one who did that, who mixed it. Because, man, side A and side B sound radically different. I mean, the vocals sounded fine, but all the instruments were way too trebly in that first recording. And the second one was way smoother. It sounded so much nicer. Yeah, not a ton of info on this. Okay, so the beginnings of this guy. Getting more interesting. Leading and conducting. S3E28 and Omega Tribe. Here's where the good stuff is. Production. His first production credit comes from this band called Lazy, which is a rock and roll band that, by all accounts, this was their album that really kicked them off and, gave them a lot of success. So he produces this one. Then we got We Can Fly to the Sun. Everybody knows that. That's a huge one. Aqua City, another big one. S3E28 Omega Tribe. Almost threw my pick in my coffee. That would have sucked. Another Omega Tribe album. Another one. Here's that Momoko album I was talking about, Oceanside. Another Omega Tribe. Another Momoko. Okay, this I think is pretty dang cool. He did the Kamasami Kong and the S3E28 and Omega Tribe, the special. So if anybody has not seen this before, this thing is super cool. It is just all these different, these are all Omega Tribe songs, because somebody else did this, correct? I might look this up. I feel like Kamasami Song also did this with, maybe not Tatsuro, but I thought maybe Toshiki Katamatsu. That's what I'm thinking. Somebody jump in and tell me. Help me out here. But anyway, the idea is it's a tape that emulates listening to a radio with Kamasami Kong, the DJ, talking in between this guy who is amazing. And it's as weird as a concept as that is, it is not at all interrupting. It's just cool. Okay, it is this one. Yeah, it is Toshiki Katamatsu. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Metropolitan Music Man. You got it. That's exactly it. Oh, okay. Techno Kayo. Thank you very much, Julian. And good morning. Good to see you, buddy. Yes, so that pop style. So this guy is producing in many different genres, starting off with the rock. Let me go back to our homie here. There it is. So starting off with that rock, then going into Toshiki Katamatsu, who's very much his own specific kind of AOR. Then you've got Omega Tribe, which is, help me out, Omega Tribe fans, how you would classify them, because they're definitely, it's funky AOR, harmony based. I don't know. Somebody hit me with some terms. But then we start getting down here, to these to these different techno kayo artists. Thank you, Julian. The big one being Kikuchi Momoko, and then Tropic of Capricorn. This is a big album. People get all into. Same thing with Night or Adventure. That one people get all into. So it's looking like he's not producing every song on every one of these albums. Man, Navigator, man, he did a lot of stuff. But he's at least got one or two songs on all of these. And this is just taking us, now we're just in 1987. So he looks like he's the man for Omega Tribe, S3E28. So why is this important? Because now if we're going to figure out what the sample is, this is important to discern the sound. Oh man, he did Ramu? This is an esoteric band. So we've looked at this one time before. Ramu is, it's like a super group that only had one album. Yeah. Man, this guy had his fingers in a lot of really tasty musical pies. That sounds, I regret saying that. Ugh. Who puts fingers in pies? That's gross. Why do we say that? Ugh. All right, I'm going to catch back up with the stream. Save myself. Okay. Yeah. Metropolitan. I love these old recordings that have a lot of grit to them. I feel like most records now are squeaky clean in terms of production. Yeah, there's definitely such a thing as too clean, or how I think of it is too isolated, when it sounds like you recorded that instrument, you recorded that instrument, you recorded that instrument, and then you put them in a DAW, and it sounds like you're trying to even out the levels. It doesn't sound like they're playing together. It doesn't sound like they're in the same room or on the same planet. Sometimes that sounds good, but I'm with you, Metropolitan. There's a nice quality to having a little bit of air, grit, to that sound to help pull it all together. Idol Pop, thank you, Prank. So, Idol Pop, Techno Kayo, and a bit of, here's the word, Kayo Kyoku. I'll never memorize that word. I'll probably never say it right. But this is all that idol pop stuff side of city pop. Again, being just a giant net. It's almost like, I think city pop is less of a genre and more of a time period zeitgeist kind of thing. I've talked about this in the past. Because there's so many different countries. There's so many different like subgenres within it. And it's such a stupid thing to say, but if you listen to this stuff, it's like, I know it when I hear it. Which is dumb to say, but it's like if you listen to a lot of blues and you listen to a lot of country western, you know the difference between what's country western and what's country or what's blues. It's the little nuances in there. That's what we do here. All right, Metropolitan. Yeah, I think he did the Toshiki and Omega Tribe. Yep. Oh, yeah, Kamasami Kong. Go check those out if you guys haven't. It's just to give you a little taste since we're just chilling here for a second. Kamasami Kong Toshiki. I think it's the intro to Office Lady. That's the one that I really... It's got this bass line that's going off in the background. And he's just giving a little... Oh, ho, ho. Well, that was a great little song there, but let's keep it going. Coming back from the set. You know. It's fun. It's what I wish I was. I wish I was good as Kamasami Kong.
Oh, what's that? Alarm clock. Time to get up and fill the 9 to 5. Need some coffee. This was recorded up in LA, and it's dedicated to all of you sexy office ladies.
You see, there's an art form to it. He was funny. He filled the time gap of the intro while still allowing you to hear that sweet bass. And what else? Puts a little extra slap echo on his voice. Hear that?
What's that? Alarm clock. Time to get up and fill
Yeah. You got that slap echo? That's where our boy came in, Koichi Fujita, you know, because he's the one who produced this, because these songs were all done already. So this album right here, the DJ Special, same thing with the other one, these weekend or Summertime Romance, what we just listened to. That's cool. Now, was this also put together? I wonder, by him? It doesn't say. Maybe this will say. Huh? No, it doesn't say that. Okay, I was hoping maybe he did both, but it looks like he just did this one. But I bet that was his call to add that slap effect. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's the kind of thing you do as a producer. So looking through the rest of his stuff here, all right, so now we're done with the Omega Tribe thing by the 90s, it looks like. Okay, so Masanori Ikeda, Natural 22. Is my boy doing Natty Light? What's going on here? So rock and roll band, I'm running. Jaywalk. That's a long car. That's like the JFK Cadillac. Crazy looking. Are we going to get any production credits other than him? Here we go. He made all the music. Oh, it's S.K. Otaka. He made all the music for it. Well, there you go. Okay. Hey, what's up, Michael? How's it going? Wake and Bass lovers. Good to see you. Let's see, what else we got here? Okay, so he did do a Tatsuro album. That's very cool. And apparently he gave Omega Tribe their name. Really? Oh, Kamasami Kong did. Yes. I've heard that story. I thought you were talking about this dude, and I was like, what? Yeah. Omega Tribe is beach music. Yeah, I agree. It is dope beach music. It's definitely ocean vibes. Space jams. That song's about sexy coffee times. Yeah. Yeah, Kamasami Kong still posts stuff on YouTube? Dude, that would be awesome. All right, let's just see here real quick. If he still has an active YouTube page and he's still doing stuff, that would kind of bake my noodle. What? No.
One was First Love. All right. And what song will Caleb sing? Or what did he sing?
What? Oh, this is a rip. I was like, why does this sound so terrible?
Will you be having any live performances or signing events?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, there it is.
The music package in July 2022.
What?
And from FM station 8090 will be.
Woke up my cat, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Katsuya Kobayashi. Hey, enough chit chat, huh? Let's see what's inside.
Yeah. Oh,
Days.
what? What is this? What is this travesty? What is this? 1.6. This is shameful. Everybody sub. Everybody sub. It's called The Kong Show. Dude, this guy's awesome. Okay, Kamasami Kong. Oh, dude, hell yeah. Okay, wait now. What's this? Hold on.
Oh my God, it's August 13th, Nani's birthday. Come on, everybody, let's sing that song. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Nani. Cute.
Okay, we're going to give him a freebie for all the good he's done in the past. We're going to ignore that. All right, this is the right one, though, right?
And now, live from the KG.
Key High School, they want to take Hawaiian music to the top of the charts, and all of them want to be entertained.
I'm sorry, y'all. I've been pulled into a Kamasami Kong hole.
Singing an original song composed by Kelly DeLima. Please welcome Kapena and their song Tropical Lady.
To be fair to him, he's amazing, and he did nothing ever wrong other than be amazing and cool. And I love his shorts. There's nothing wrong with a cat wishing you happy birthday. It's just not, it throws me off because this is somebody who had such a huge, like, popular career in their medium at the time, and now that the medium has shifted in terms of something like a radio show. You know, if you're gonna do a radio show, you got to do what I'm doing right now, or you got to get on, you know, some other channel, podcast distribution, something like that. Oh, is this a unique pancake recipe?
You're a foodie.
Yeah, I love food.
You are definitely. Do you cook
Okay,
at
so
home?
it looks like
Any chance I
FM.
get.
Yeah.
FM Cocolo. Let's see what that is. Cocolo. 756. Oh, here we go. Also 1.5 subs. But where's my boy? Oh, well, there's the problem. There's the problem. Dude, that's so cool. Anyway, what I'm saying is, for somebody who had such a prolific career in their medium, which it's kind of like late night television, where people know you, they know your bits, but it's like they don't sell your TV show on recordings, you know. We're in a new age now where everything is archived and you can go back on YouTube especially and watch episodes of all this, or HBO Max or whatever, or Max, whatever they're calling it now. But back then it was like you just did a show and you did it, you know. I'm trying to think of other famous big radio hosts that were well known. Because it's different too with somebody like Howard Stern, terrible example, but he is a popular radio podcast person host. But he started doing Sirius XM way at the beginning, and I'm pretty sure they archive all that, and he did it that way. But I don't know. I guess it would be like people who did The Quiet Storm, that whole show, that kind of stuff. Anyway, it wasn't recorded, and you know, you just have those couple albums that are references to this stuff. But very cool. All right, man. This has been a very all over the place day session of looking at stuff so far. I love it. So cool. All right, jump back into the chat here. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is his. It's kind of unclear if it's run by him or if it's run by a fan. I would completely agree. Let's go to the Facebook page. 18,000 followers. This is probably it. Yeah, this. Now, is it run by a fan? Well, there's That looks like a fairly recent picture of him. That is Bruno Mars. I don't know what's happening there. Scrolling through Facebook photos can always be dangerous. Oh, shit. Is that Freddie Mercury with, what's her name? Hold on, what is her name? Hold on a second. This has nothing to do with this picture. What is her name? She looks so familiar. Somebody help me out in chat here. That's, oh my God. Is she from EPO? I don't know. Anyway, that's cool. Freddie Mercury with some City Pop. I bet those were some cool collaborations. Oh. My cat is like cleaning himself right next to me right now and is kicking up all his fur into my face. Did she? Okay, there's just a lot of chili dogs now. Okay, we're done with this. Oh, sleuthing people out. Always fun. All right, now let's see if we can figure out a little bit more about this mystery sample. Bringing it all, wrapping it up back home. This is where we came from here. This is what we're listening to. I'm so sorry. I was hoping I could click it out before that ending.
But his website said he'd produced
So,
and well, we can cross it off the list.
okay. So, to give full credit here, because anytime I watch another YouTube video that's not the artist, I want to make sure that they get absolute 100% credit. This is Kylie Bogley. Go check her out. I've watched this video. I remember seeing this when it came out. So this came out 2 months ago. That's why I was like, I feel like this is really, really familiar. So, she has gone through and done this first round of search.
Videos. None of the accessible Joe Renoy music was it either. But his website
So let's see here if we can find.
And long-lived searches were solved. Without fail, within hours of each being solved, news would hit the EKT subreddit.
Okay.
Everyone would be filled with a mix of exhilaration and envy.
EKT.
But all of those had much longer searches than where EKT stands now. Truth be told, it's relatively fresh compared to a multitude of other lost media cases. Because of this, I've stayed optimistic for now. Because if it goes unidentified for like 17 years, maybe then I'd have a different opinion.
Huh.
But back to back to back, stuff was being found simultaneously being identified in a domino. There was the possibility of him returning at last. And lost songs were simultaneously being identified in a domino effect.
Very interesting. Magic, okay. Well, you know, the original question that was being asked, is it everybody knows that? Okay. Oh, that's why they call it EKT. Everybody knows that. All right, everybody knows that mystery song. That is... Okay. Is the name given to a 17-second snippet of an unidentified song suspected to be from the 1980s or 90s. It was uploaded to the song identification What song in 2021. Boo. Boo. That's too soon. 2021. Oh, I'm sorry, Tenchi. He didn't like my boos. Okay. So we're on Wikipedia. Everybody knows that. Parentheses, ulterior motives. The reason it's called that is that's what they're trying to figure out what the words are. So it's the name given to a 17-second snippet on a song suspected to be from the 80s or 90s, uploaded in 2021 by Spanish user Carl92. The user claimed to have discovered the recording amongst files in an old DVD backup and speculated it was a leftover from when he was learning how to capture audio. The recorded snippet uploaded is the only known proof in existing recording of the song. Boo! Not saying it's impossible, but not off to a great start. The recorded snippet uploaded is the only known proof in existing recording of the song. Since being uploaded in 2021, users have been searching for the full song and information regarding its original artist. The Guardian called it one of the biggest and most enduring musical mysteries on the internet. It is unknown when the song was recorded, but is theorized to have been recorded in the late 80s due to its stylistic similarities to pop music of the time. The snippet of the song was uploaded on October 7th, 2021. Who asked for help by Carl92, who asked for help in identifying the song. He labeled it mid-80s bad quality and claimed that he rediscovered the sample between a bunch of very old files and a DVD backup. Probably I was simply learning how to capture audio and this is what was left over, he said. It has since become What's That Song's most infamous and enduring submission, receiving the most comments since What Song's launch in 2006. The song gained popularity online in late 2022 and 23, with a subreddit dedicated to finding the song and its artist being launched in June 2023. Oh, wow, there's a site? Okay. On January 7th, 2024, 2 members of the subreddit were interviewed by French commercial TV network TF1. Man, people are taking this serious. Online search and possible origins. Also, welcome to Alex 63501 Wake and Base, where I read Wikipedia to you. Online search. So the search for the song was initially slow to gain traction, but gained a dedicated following over time. Possible theorized sources for the song include a 1990s MTV broadcast, a piece of production music, or a commercial jingle. While theorized artists have included Roxette, Savage Garden, and Jason Page. As of late February 2024, users tried to get in contact with an obscure singer named White Mike Johnny Glove, who has a strikingly similar voice to the one in the recording. Some users said they've analyzed the drum and synth sounds, which allowed them to narrow down the release date to after 1983. I think that's safe to say. It's after 1983. Users have created reconstructions from the original snippet to have an idea of what the full song could be like. Some have theorized that the song's a hoax planted by a troll. Suspected instruments used. The Linn drum machine and the Yamaha DX7 synthesizer are speculated to have been used throughout the song. Well, so funny that you say the Yamaha DX7, because as wonderful as an instrument as that is, it is not super hard to emulate. And let me show you why. I actually have one right here. Oh, you guys can't see it. Is it a screen capture that I need? Yeah, let's do this one. There you go. Okay. And now you drag that one up. Yeah. Here it is. So any DX7 sound you could possibly want. So here are I think anything that says ROM is going to be the original. You can mess with all the mods, all this stuff. I mean, this is like the coolest synthesizer of all time. Oh, yeah. Anyway, all this to say, this stuff right here, turn that off and minimize. There we go. There's my screen. All that to say, you could fake both of those things. The Linn drum, very, 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 very cool, but this would be easily fakeable. Let me jump in here to the chat. I'm going to get some opinions, see what you guys think about this. All right. Bro, it's me. Yes, I kind of am. If I was half the Kamasami Kong, life complete. I'd be so happy. You always thought Kong was a Japanese dude. I did too at first. I had no idea until I found out he was a Hawaiian DJ. See, if there's an actual radio, chances are it's available online. Yeah, that's a good point. We should check out his radio station, see if we can not only listen to one of his one of his shows, but also reach out to him because it'd be fun to chat it up with him. That'd be very, very cool. All right, Julian says, I'm going to make a guess that the EKT songwriters borrowed from Kalapna's Everyone Knows. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with this song is it's really, really, like, not generic, but it's hitting a lot of good points to make you think 1984, 1985, or whatever. Now, you see, for me, I think it's hard to tell, you know, with male or female vocals. I think it's female. It's singer. The singer. I'm not sure if it's male, if it's a male or female voice. There we go, not person. I'm not referring to people as it's. Let's see here. This is Julian again. If my guess is right, then it's after 1987. Gotcha. Well, let's listen to the Everyone Knows. Kalapna, Everyone Knows. Let's see here if this is...
Say something about this next song we're going to start up the segment with. It's a song written by a friend of ours who lives over in Maui. His name is Maurice Bega. Oh.
All right, Maurice Bega.
This is a tune that he wrote a couple of years back.
That first chord had me excited. I was like, that's the same. That's the same.
You're looking so fine, my baby, just like you should. You turn me on day.
Damn, the first chord really had me going. Yeah, that's a good. Okay, Julian's got good points here. So the English lyrics could indicate somebody like Chris Mosdell was involved. Man, this is a cool song. Just the audio quality is just killing me. Let's type this cat in. Let's see what we got here. Chris Mosdell. There's our boy. All right, British. Okay, so he was YMO. Rising to prominence as the lyricist for YMO. Hundreds of lyrics and hits for Songs of the Globe, Behind the Mask, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, very cool. He's collaborator with Ryuichi Sakamoto. Very cool. Boy George. Oh, wow. And the West African kora player, Taumani Diabate. Dude, the kora is sick. It's like a lap harp and a real harp and a guitar. Like Dragon Ball Z fusion dance together. It kicks ass. I think it's a percussion instrument too. It's a cool instrument. All right, I'm gonna show you if you've never seen a kora. Yeah, dude, this lady, she's like the best kora player in the world. She's so good. But yeah, this thing. Yeah, you play with your thumbs. It's got tons of strings. It's super sick. This song is cool too, man. These guys are ripping it. Oh, he's got a little 80s solo in here. So when was this now? What was this, like 85? Came for ulterior motives, stayed for everyone knows. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, dude, that bass player. He's killing me with that little pencil stash and that mullet. Dude, that mullet is working for it. Those pants? Why don't I have sky blue pants? This really seems like an omission by me. Okay. Kalapanya, very cool. Okay, so this guy... Credits, man, look at that. 304 credits. Fingerprints of the Gods. Alright. So it looks like he's only done a handful of little albums, but he's got a ton. That was cool. I don't know how you say that, Kalapana or Kalapanya, but
Something about this next.
that's a very, well, let's let it roll. We'll keep it rolling in the background here. This is a very cool band. I like that a lot. Oh, we got some more info here from chat. Let's see here. Prank saying, I guess this is why it's so important to see if City Pop's most common key, because it would help in identifying something like this. So it would be from the Japan and or City Pop. Hi, Tenchi. Thank you for putting your butt on stream. Thank you, homie. Come here. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. You know what, Prank? I don't know how I forgot to even realize that that is the nuanced way that we can help. Good point, my man. Let's figure this out. What is this weird clip in? Let's see. Or what? Okay, so they're saying it's D to C. Let's see here. Kitty. Okay, Tinchy, please. Please, buddy. Buddy. Don't sit on the keyboard. This is always the time where I brush my cat. Because I love him, and he loves it. However, he doesn't understand that on Thursday mornings, I'm hanging out with you guys. All right, so they've given us the chords here. So you're... Oh, are they just doing the notes? That's what it is. Okay, so their notes here, or these D's and C's, are just saying the center of the pitch. Okay, tell me the truth. So... So you've got this C, you got a C chord that's going the counting on the dawn of the time. So it's got this D minor chord going to some kind of G chord. And then it's doing like an F. I'm trying to think, it's like, what would this D do? Because maybe it's not a D minor. It could also be an F major. Let's see. So it's definitely, it's either in C major or A minor, because you got that going right there. I guess maybe not. Yeah, no, I think it's in C, because 5, 6, 7, 1. So that would be, it'd be 4, 3, 1, and then 6, 5, 6, 4, 3, and that's what all this is saying right here, where it's going. 4. Oh no, it's not. It's referring to the position of the note. So if you have, what is it? Middle C on a piano is like C4. I think that's right. Crap, let's look it up. Middle C4. Is it C5? What is middle C? C4, C5? Here we go. Help me out. Picture. Homies, I want a picture. I want a picture. Give me a picture. Thank you. Here we go. So this is what they're talking about when it says C4, C5. So this right here, this D is a D4. This B is a B3 because it's before this one right here. So this is a B2, C3. The B3 is right here. So that's how this is distinguishing. Oops, not there. That's just telling us what these notes are. Okay, so here's what I'm listening for with this is how in tune is this? What does that mean? Well, first of all, let me make sure that my instrument is actually perfectly or as close as possible in tune. Because when you have highly produced pop music, it will be laser locked in tune with itself. Unless, yeah, I said pop music, yeah. I mean, if you have got grunge, metal, prog, you know, folk, you can do whatever you can always do whatever you want, but just hallmarks of this genre is it's gonna be in tune with itself. So if things are individually out of tune, if individual instruments sound sharp or flat or wide, that is going to be an indicator of more modern influence because that would not have been cool back then. Okay, so what we're already dealing with here is a pitch shift. So it is a good little bit sharper or flatter than what we're dealing with here. So what I'm going to do off screen is through very totally fine and cool methods real quickly just turn this into a wave file and then don't worry about how I'm doing that. And then I'm just going to drag that back over here to our screen. And we're going to do a little bit of processing. And we're going to see if we can't get this going. How big is this? Okay, great. Oh, wow. So this is... All right, this is also good to know. So when I went on to go see, what is this file? What are we dealing with here? I wanted to make sure I got the most high quality form, so I looked for a wave. It appears to be a very, very, very small or compressed file. So we're going to find out right now. Get out of here. So, again, for those of you who have not heard my rant about intonation and pitch and reference and all that kind of good stuff, when we tune our instruments or anything today, we use the general standard of A equaling 440 hertz. So this is this sound right here. That's 440 hertz. Sometimes people like it higher. Sometimes people like it lower. But you hear how when I'm moving that, it's going a little bit up or a little bit down. But by very small increments. So if I were to go all the way down to 425 is as low as it lets me go. And that's an A flat, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like that's almost an entire half step low. It's letting you go. How high does it let you go? 455. No. Yeah, it doesn't let you go all the way up to a half step, but that's a lot going up by 15 extra cents. So, with this in mind, we're going to find out what this track, where it lies in this range. So, whoops. So I was going to be like, I don't want to dox myself. The best of my ability. All right, so here's this doodad right here. That's what it looks like. And let's give it a listen. Ooh, Gravy Train. Goodbye. Turn that down. Okay. Oops. Don't need this. Okay. So this is that horrible pish sound at the end, right? Yep, we don't need that. Goodbye. Bam. Cool. All right, so now we come over here and we turn on our tuning fork. And there's our tuning fork. And I know it's in C, so I'm going to move us to C. And I'm even gonna, let's keep it on the high side so I can hear a little easier. Yeah, that's going to be my guess, is that we're at 447. So that's quite a bit sharp. Yep, it's even more, it's 450. Okay, I think that's exactly 10 hertz off. That's weird. That is 400, having something at 450 hertz for your reference pitch of A is not normal at all. To give example to that and not just have it be like, no, just listen me, trust me on this one. No, I'll give you some evidence here. Let me open. What do we have here? Yeah. So this is my personal checklist of all the songs that I have done for tabs on the channel. And this also shows, just FYI for your own information, if you're curious, it shows if I've done it, if I uploaded the video, if it still needs some fixing from years ago, you know, when I had bad tabs, and then if it's monetizable. So this kind of shows you what I'm dealing with here. People, please listen to Ichiro Nita Bisexual. He gives me all the proceeds. Same thing with Tasogare. They give me the money. But, you know, all the rest of these are all strikes, or not strikes, but like they don't share. Tatsuro Yamashita has been cool to me, man. He doesn't let his other stuff go through, but they've been real cool to me. But why does this matter? Tuning. So let's zoom in here real quick, because I know I'm pretty much getting out of time here, but this is worth talking about here at the end. Let me check in on the stream. Yes, you can still see me. Okay, cool. This is all still there, and let me jump in on the chat now. Okay. Hey, what's up, Justin? Good to see you. All right. How do you know if the recording is in the right pitch? Okay. Yeah, so that's what we're just figuring out now. Let's see here. Metropolitan says, I find recordings that are of pitch still land somewhere close to where they're supposed to be, but the pitch is between notes. An example would be the student recording for I Was Made for Loving You. Huh. Or the studio recording. It's like, what? Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible, but let's just look at what we have here for our tunings. So 440, 442. So that is, to me, that's like, okay, that's very noticeably sharp once you go 2 in any direction. But let's look here. Okay, that was crazy to me. Shyness Boy, 435. That's very low in that song. 444, Mint Jam's Midnight Rendezvous. That's very sharp as well. But I don't know if we go higher than 444. Let's see. Let's organize it. Because that does it by numerical too. Yeah. All right. So the lowest tuning song that I have done in my songs is 435, 5 cents lower. And then the vast majority here appear to be in 441. Lots of people like 441, 442, 443, and then 444. The highest I get is Toshiki Katamatsu, 447, Office Lady. Interesting. So, that is, I did not remember that Toshiki Katamatsu went to 447 from Office Lady. Now, how does this, in attempt to debunk this and to say, well, this is looking a little bit more and more like this could be somebody just goofing with us, why is this important, that Toshiki Katamatsu is 447 for Office Lady? Well, this guy produced it. The guy in question that we're looking at, I'm pretty sure produced that song. And if that's the fact, that sets a precedent for very high, sharp, like super sharp recording. So let's see, because I think this is Office Lady. Yeah, oh man, I bet he produced this whole album, didn't he? Yep. Okay, well, there you go. So, oh, look how they spelled Nathan East. Ooh. Ooh, Nathan. Poor guy. Oh man, yep. It's produced by him. Okay, that's it. God. So that's 3 strikes and then 1 confirmed. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so coming back here now. So we've got this reference pitch of 450 hertz. So just to double check to make sure that that's not a crazy thing, let's see if we can come over here and tune this. So if I get myself, let's just do E piano. There we go. Get my volume up here. There we go. Now, where is my tuning? Resize window to 50%. Thank you very much. Because it's just so flip-flop big. And P mods, all envelopes, mods, FX. Ah, here we go, pitch. Oh, you're not going to let me hold it. Let's see here. Well, whatever the case, let's try this. Yeah. Pitch EG. Oh, here we go. Tuning. That was what I needed. Okay, yeah. So that's it. So let's now see if I can hold. So we'll get the A here, or there's the D. Well, that's disturbing. Is this really right? Does that sound right to you guys? I think it's still flat. I'll get a little more volume. That's too sharp. That's too flat. I think that's it. So if this is the sound. This is gonna be weird. 447. So, I know, it's just like, this is, if anybody's still, oh my goodness, to the 12 of you who are paying attention right now, welcome to the psychosis. Yeah, I'm losing my mind on this one. Okay, so the center of pitch, if you just do the direct, like, I'm going right into the middle. 447, if we're listening to the song. 448. Or maybe it is 50. Okay. This is 451. That's high. Very, very, very high. So it's 451. Last thing I'm going to do to this thing before we're done for the day, because this is the only other thing that I know how to do as far as something that would be helpful, is to do a little bit of analysis in terms of what the frequency density is. 'Kay, so you can tell that it's been crunched, you know, because you can see the high end over here on the right side is, you know, way brought down. So when you look at those decibels there, where you see 0, +3, +6, +9, and then -3, -6, it's a confusing system. People misunderstand decibels all the time. I still am trying to understand exactly how it works. But the basic idea is every time you're going down by 3 of these decibels, you are cutting the perceived volume in half, or if you're going up, you're doubling it. So what's that saying in this chart is on the right side here, when we get down to this right here, 16,000 hertz, there's this wall. There's a steep wall right here at the 15K mark. So that is 1, 2, 3 times as soft as everything else, this range up here. So I don't know if this whoever uploaded this, if their software did this automatically. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I'm glad I could inspire you to buy a bass. Let me know if you need any help. I'm happy to give you some pointers and tips on it. Okay. Sorry, I just saw that and that landed me. All right, so that's one thing. We have this super high cut here. Another thing that we notice is that we've got this pretty uniform distribution here of all of our other frequencies where we don't have this mid-low cut, so it makes it look compressed to me. It doesn't seem like it has a whole lot of space and room in it. And then looking down here, it's kind of a weird 151. I don't know. That seems like a weird space to me. But it could just be the quality. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do here is raise up this high end to try to equalize it out more. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to hear what the singer's voice naturally sounds more like. Because with this compression here, it really mutes them. Because before I really couldn't tell if it was a guy or a girl singing. Now it's like this is Now here's another thing that could be in play here, is this could be time stretched. Okay. So I want to do this transformation, but I don't want it to maintain the original, or I want it to slow down. I don't want it to try to automatically fix. Preserve pitch when changing rate. Good. Apply. So playback rate, let's just do 90%. So now if we take that and we go more subtle. Okay, so that slowed it down, getting us closer to 440. Now let's do the reverse. Let's see what happens if we take it to a whoa. Not 1.5, 1.1. That'd be too chipmunk. So you can automatically hear right there in that wobbling of the vibrato of the voice. We're obviously too fast. That warble is not realistic. So the notion that this is slower than the original, I think highly unlikely. However, is this possibly sped up? Here's a slower version. Certain things almost sound like it could work in that way. But again, we run into that vibrato problem at the very beginning that it doesn't sound realistic. That's not realistic vibrato. Yeah, no. So if you have this though, it still sounds fast to me. So I'm kind of wondering, can we do like a 0.98? What is that going to do? So now what I'm trying to do is see where the Okay, because what I'm thinking now is if you're going through and you got a DX7, because that's what people are saying that this is. It's got a DX7 in there. Oh my goodness, please don't be so big. You always got to be the biggest boy, DX7. How about that? How's 70% for you? So we hold that. Can I get like a arpeggiator hold? Dumb. All right, well, I guess I'll have to do it this way. Record. And then we'll do that D down there. Cool. And then we'll come over here. Get out of the way. And that goes goodbye. And now here we got this. And then we'll do that D down there. And then we'll do hilarious, because the input, of course, is input 1. Well, what I'm trying to do here, guys, is show you what a DX7 sounds like through this right here. So you see my voice. Oh, okay, well, I guess this is going to be a fine example right here. So as you look at my voice here and you see as I'm talking, there's going to be different peaks, there's going to be different valleys, it's going to have different shapes. But as you're looking at that right side, do you see how it rolls off? Even if I'm hissing, all that top air, even though that got way too high. I'm so sorry I did that to everybody's ears. It's still, it tapers off at the top, and that's because of settings that I have on, but it's not a hard wall like this. Nope, like this. Shelf me. I want a shelf. Where's the shelf? Dang it. Yeah, no. Yeah, kind of like that, except I want it to totally... Where's the band? High shelf. Wow. Dang it. I'm so bad. Why is this being so weird? Anyway, this kind of thing is way too hard of a cut. There it is. Brick wall. That's what I was looking for. This kind of thing. If this happens and you just start going backwards and you lose more and more of my voice until it's like, what's happening? All that kind of stuff. This is what's happening in this recording here. So with the DX7, these low ends that it can make, it just seems weird to me. I don't think it should be that muddy in the low. Start it back a little closer. So yeah, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one for sure. Yeah, okay, so we got Julian R. Good to see you. What's up? Even the voice seems a little bit off, regardless of speed. Like your voice pitch doesn't correspond to other qualities. Yeah. Okay. One last little exploration into Crazy Town here, and then I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm way over time. But this is fun, hanging out with you guys and doing this research here, and we'll see if just a little extra work here at the end will yield some fruit. So I proposed what it was 451 as the pitch center. Here's the ultimate decider, Moises. Oh man, let's see here. Vocal, drum, bass, other. That sounds good to me. So Moises, for those of you who do not know, it's an AI tool that automatically separates tracks for practice purposes or for DJ remix purposes. Disclaimer, if you do want to use these in your own music to sell, there is a special license that you need to check out or have a producer's fee that lets you, somehow get around or have permission to do this stuff. Disclaimer. Anyway, what is useful for me in this particular software is that, let's take Midnight Cruising, for example. I click on here, I come into the track, I get tons of super useful information, such as the key center in the top right. Now, most websites, such as getasongkey.com, places like this, are not good. This right here on Crosspoint, which is a perfect example with Cassiopeia, who is very fusion heavy. A lot of their stuff is in C major, A minor. It's written that way because it's changing keys all the time. But I went through specifically with this to make sure I was correct on Crosspoint, and let's just look at what we have there. So Crosspoint. So Smile is in B minor, and I am just positive. That says it's in G. That's just not right. What's the other one? Swear was another big one. That is absolutely in E major. Absolutely in E major. F sharp minor. Absolutely no. There is a section in that song that modulates a whole step, but it's not. That's not the center of the key. Moises, however, goes through and is like, no, I want to figure that out, man. I want to figure out what key signature you're in. Does it always get it? No. Let's see what it gives us this time as the pitch center. So, tuning is 443. I do not agree, good sir. 443 is what you detected on this. Oh. This is Kingo Hamada. I'm sorry. But it takes the bass out, right? Anyway, pretty cool software. I freaked myself out there. I was like, 443, I just talked this software up. It shouldn't be saying that. Okay, here we go. Now this also says it's in C. 452, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's weird. That's a high number. That is a very high number. Okay, let's see what they got. First of all, let's look at our chord analysis. Let's see what it came up with here. And forget this easy chords. Give me the advanced. Hit me with your best shot. So there's that D minor, E minor, F major, G major, D minor, G major. Yes. A minor D, G, A, G, D. Why does it have to have that flippant in part? I hate that. Okay. Oh, look at this! It tried to give us lyrics. Let's see. Okay, let's see what it's got. Counting all the sheep. Okay, this bottom part I do not agree with. Everyone knows that you're the guy. I have not heard that lyric before. I think it's you're counting all the sheep in the sky. That would be my guess. I'm telling you, I think this might be one of the best trolls of all time. Because it is weird. And why on earth would this not trigger any search result? You know, like that is, to me, strange. Yeah. Huh. How did I miss? Okay. Stafford, Tattoo, Swofford. Did we figure this out? Did somebody figure it out? Do you motive?
Counting all the sheep in the sky, caught up in your web of lies.
I got trolled. I got trolled. Somebody's trying to make a quick buck. Take on the original 17-second by Carl 72. Ah! Okay. So this is crazy. Yep. Everybody knows. Yep. Nobody knows the lyrics. Okay. Can you name that song? And here's the original website, I guess. The whatsthatsong.com. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Let's see here. Yeah, Metro. Moises is pretty amazing. I find that with bass that I have terrible artifacts like Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath that doesn't quite remove all the bass, but is still way better than what I could do. Yeah, I mean, you and me both, brother. I've tried to do my own individual isolations, and even when I get decent results, it takes so much time compared to what Moises does just in 5 seconds and gets 90%, what I need. Okay, so what's that song? So very interesting. Some pop English song there. So with Moises here, let's just listen to the individual pieces. I'm curious about these drums. I want to know what is happening here. It's definitely a drum machine. Now, does that have different mixing though? Hear how that got brighter there? And then darker? Yeah, like it's got a rolling phaser on it.
You're carrying on the sheep in the sky, caught up in love of life. Everyone knows that you're the guy.
This sounds weird because it sounds like there's a doubling.
You're carrying on the sheep in the sky.
That sounds almost like an effect, like someone's trying to throw an octave pedal on this, because you can hear the da 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 da, but then you hear an octave higher. I can't sing that high. But...
You're carrying on the sheep in the sky, caught up in love of life.
Yeah, this is a weird one, man. All right, last but not least, what we do best here at the channel. Check out the bass. Do we have two basses? That would be interesting. This is so crazy. This is so crazy because it's only separating it into bass, drums, and vocals, really. And maybe that's just because the software freaked out. Now, take it with a grain of salt here, because we can still hear a little bit of what's happening in these 3 tracks.
You're drowning on the ship in the sky, charting up around.
But do you hear how we hear ba-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-da? We still hear that, but that's not what's happening in this bottom track. Da, 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 dum, ba, da. That was a weird. Yeah, that's a weird one. So if you take that out, then
You're drowning on the ship in the sky, charting up around. Never wonder that you're just hearing more. Tell me the
all right, I'm done driving myself crazy with this earwig. This is a weird one. This is a weird one. This is very, very strange. Because there are a lot of things that would obviously track and make sense for this time period and this sound and this production. But there's a lot of things that, you know, are going against it. So kind of going in reverse order of, you know, less to most damning. You know, it's a little, this is sharp, man. This is really sharp. To be at 452 is just remix stuff. You know, this is like when you do vaporwave, future funk. That's when you see 452. That's a super common thing. Think of Macintosh 420. That, you know, that thing's like, it's perfectly in between a half steps of a piano. Like no note is in tune ever with anything you can play. It's a cool sound, but it's not organic pop music, especially from the 80s. No, they would not have done stuff as nuanced like this unless they wanted you to really be aware of it, like YMO. And even they weren't this cavalier about how they did their tuning. So that's not looking super great. The second thing is just the orchestration of this is very strange, that it's primarily, it's these 3 things. It's this drum machine, a bass line, and this very processed layered vocal track. And our backing track is really non-existent. Now, it is slated as a demo or as an incomplete song, which, okay, can't knock it for that. But that just adds to the unusualness of it. But the thing that is really hitting me now with listening to this a whole bunch of times is what is this phaser effect that's happening in the middle here? It really sounds to me very much like somebody has gone in. Oh, look at that. That's probably why everything sounds so crappy. Look at that. Hey, all the bass was gutted from everything just now because of that. Great. But that's what it sounds like to me, is someone's doing this. Hey guys, what are you doing now? Are you feeling like something's wrong with the audio sweeping through the audio? You know, that's what it sounds like to me, is somebody's doing that over this track to try to artificially, for lack of a better term, artificially age it, crunkle the edges and stretch it and put it back together, maybe get some artifacts in there, stuff like that. You know, that's just kind of what it's making it feel like to me. Here's the number one most this is a troll thing. It showed up in 2021. To me, that is almost holistically disqualifying of what we just did. I wanted to do it because it's fun. You know, maybe I'm wrong, you know. And we almost found that cool connection where the absolute sharpest city pop song, to my knowledge, Toshiki Kadomatsu's Office Lady, at 447, that's super high. That, coincidentally or not, was produced by this guy in question. So if somebody's trolling they're doing a well-educated troll. It's a good research. And to the person who sent me the email, Ned, I do not think you're a troll. I think you are you're doing some good work, because the stuff, places you told us to look were very, very good places to look, and your connections are correct. And we didn't even touch on all the different artists that were mentioned in there and all this kind of stuff. So if you're asking me, is it possible that it's this guy, that it is this cat, Toshi, nope, where'd he go? Where's our boy? Koichi Fujita. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Is it likely? I think it is very, very, very highly unlikely. Will I say no? Absolutely not. It's possible. But take it with a grain of salt, man. The biggest killer to all of this is 2021. That's just not, that is unacceptable. Because if it says likely recorded in the 1980s and 90s, and there's only one, this is the only version of it, and this is the only thing. I've brought up my points. Why is there a phaser on it? Did you record this on a cassette tape, and then you uploaded the cassette tape? It says, because all he says is the bad quality is because he found it on a DVD backup. And I was learning how to capture audio, and this was left over. Okay, your name is Carl92. Spoiler alert, homie. Your birthday is in 1992. That's how people's names work, all right? So, you're a young kid. I am older than you. I'm not going to tell you how much older. But my dad, when I wanted to get into recording when I was about 15 years old, I desperately wanted a CD recorder, or better yet, I wanted a digital recorder that I could have and, do MP3s and all that stuff. And he's like, no, that's way too expensive. Here, use my old cassette tape recorder. And, I loved that thing. It was fun until the drummer in my band plugged the input into the output, and it literally blew up, like caught on fire. I thought I was in huge trouble. Anyway, that cassette tape, when we were recording stuff before it exploded, from playing it over and over and having bad tape players in our cars and just being lazy with it, over time, it started to warp and crinkle, and you would hear this artifacting, this distortion, this digitation. I realized that when I was 14, and I was like, okay, that was cool. I'm done with tapes. And I just went straight to digital. That would have been in like 1999, 2000, where I just gave up completely on trying to use tapes, because it was like, I already knew that problem. So this person, unless they really mention, oh yeah, I loved cassette tape technology, how would you get it? Everything had switched over by then. Getting a cassette tape and having it record, this makes no sense. Why is it good enough quality to have all this bass? It has the hallmarks of tape compression. But again, I ask, why? Did you record it with a tape? That it just doesn't gel to my logic that it has all these. You've been playing this tape in your car for years and years and years, and it has this warp in the middle that's just happening. Like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. That seems very artificially induced, added in. And if your name is Carl92, and I'm assuming you're born in 1992, and you were recording this back in 2002, or what did he say? He recorded it in 2006? No. What? It doesn't even say. He just says I uploaded it in 2021, and I was just something that I probably recorded years ago. I don't know, dude. I say nay. But an excellent journey into the unknown that is random snippets of music that get stuck in your head that you just have to know the answer to. For me, that was Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai. I remember hearing that on the radio and going, what the heck is that song? I need that in my life. Man, it is 10:44. Wow. You see, I have problems when it comes to mysteries or conspiracy theories. My brain cannot handle not going crazy into every single nook and cranny and direction of it. But thank you for joining me on that journey. I don't think we added anything to to our list of things here today, which is fine. And we listened to a little bit of music. Our boy Koichi Fujita, he had a cool demo. You know, his one track that he got in 1969. It was cool. Didn't pan out for him as a musician, but man, as a musical producer, that musician aspect. Excellent career, homie. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye to everybody now. I'm going to be giving you the waves. If you're not on the Discord, join the Discord. It is free. It is excellent. Tons of resources and great people there. Jumping up here. Let's see here. Saying goodbye to everybody else who's jumped in. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you, Zal. Good to see you, homie. Much appreciated. All right, guys. Y'all are the best. Fantastic. Can't wait to have next week. See what happens then. See if we get some more research on this, some more unknown songs. Or maybe we'll get back on topic and get back into our key signatures. Either way, have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of the weekend. I'll try to figure out the goodbye click it off button because I never know where that is. And I say goodbye. And I love you. And that song was sharp. That was such a